What's up, everybody? This is Mrxfix here. I'm just coming at you with kind of a review of a scene from the Book of Boba Fett episode 2. So if you haven't seen it, I'd probably recommend skipping, coming back to this later. It's about the train scene, and if you've seen the episode, you get that, and that's all I'm going to say. So let's get into it. First of all, as a recap, there's this train as they're going through across the Dune Sea. It attacks the Tuskens. Actually, unpromptly attacks the Tuskens. You know, I would think the train would only fight back in self-defense, but I guess, you know, they're trying to do scare tactics. So Boba goes one night to this biker bar, basically, and beats up this biker gang and brings the speeders back. So if we can, I can't show the video on the screen because Disney Plus doesn't like people reviewing the stuff or stealing. I get it's mostly stealing, but come on, just let's review. If you can see, which you can, Boba Fett brings back 4 speeders. He's driving one and has 3 tethered to the back. That's something important to remember. There's 4 speeders. He goes and is training the Tuskens how to drive. That's fine. One thing I thought was also stupid. So the speeders are going at the same speed in the same direction, parallel to each other. He's trying to have one guy jump from one speeder to the other. Okay, you see this in Hollywood all the time. It boggles my mind how dumb it is and how it happens all the time. So, the one person jumps over, but he does, what they don't calculate is when you're going this way, if you just jump forward, that speed is going to be past you by the time your body would jump and reach it, so they would land in the sand and just fall over and look stupid. I mean, the least they could do is have the Tusken, you know, like try to angle his body and jump forward, but I don't think anyone that's a humanoid is going to get, like, okay, maybe Superman, I'll give you, like, barring superhuman abilities, and Tusken Raiders seem to have a similar strength to humans, no one's going to really be having enough force to jump just angled by themselves and keep at the same speed. So you need like a freaking, like one of those floor catapults that launches you. But you know, hey, this is Hollywood. We see this all the time, jumping from one vehicle to another, and I've just had enough of it, as this point is proving. Let's move on. So now the train is coming, and Boba and the Tuskens see it. So, what do? They hop on their 5 speeder bikes. Now, I know what you're saying, Mrxfix it. You said there's only 4, and that's Tusken Raiders just learned to build one looking at a speed bike. They could just build one out of the scraps they had in their tents and all that. You know, this nomadic tribe that really the most technologically advanced thing they have is their mask or their gun. Can build a speeder bike out of nothing in like maybe a day or 2 span tops. But you know, hey, they get a 5th speeder bike. We're obviously too dumb to notice that we can't count. We can't count to 5. That's what this director or writer, whoever, thinks we can. They shoot one speeder bike, it goes down. Then later, you know, they shoot Boba's speeder bike. But does this one go down in one shot? No. This thing, just picture it. You are riding your speeder bike. Someone shoots it, and these flames just come right in front of you, come up. That thing, the wind is pushing that fire right into your crotch. But I don't, maybe Boba Fett's a eunuch, maybe that was part of the cloning. I don't understand how, I mean, he would still feel it though. Like, I don't understand how that's a thing, that this fire is right in front of him, sparking the engine, and he's just sitting there, no biggie. It's like, yeah, this flame that's blowing right towards his nether regions. Oh my gosh, it doesn't even affect him. And then, of course, Hollywood has to do it dramatic, you know. There's tension, and they're going. He throws the hook up, lands on the train, and him and the other Tusken that just saved jump on, swing on the rope together, and as soon as they leave the speeder, it blows up in some magnificent explosion. I am just so sick of this thing where it's like, oh my goodness, at the last second, I guess it adds tension, but it's overused, and I'm done with it. You know, just have the speeder bike like drive into the sand somewhere and then explode. I'm done with this. Last second, they just barely made it explosion thing. It's run its course. My next gripe with this scene is something you see in movies all the time, and you know, maybe we've forgiven in the past. Back to the Future 3. You know, hey, it's an 80s movie. They're still kind of developing cinema. Not really, but the nostalgia kind of forgives the mistakes they made in Back to the Future 3. But anyways, they're running on top of this train, and this thing is moving at, let's just say, like, I'll give it a good estimate of like 40 or 50 miles an hour, and that it's probably faster than that. And they can just run no problem with the wind and the force of their body having to push forward on this 40 mile an hour speeding death trap, and they can just run and jump, and it is just crazy what these people can do. Like, they were some marathoners, Olympians. They just have the best bodies in the world that they can withstand this and have the balance to not fall off. It's crazy. And what do you know? The fifth speeder bike comes out of nowhere. And of course, what does this person have to do? The only logical thing. They're going to ram the speeder bike into the train and make this huge explosion. But wait, before they do that, the last second, they're going to jump off 10 feet away and just launch and grab onto the train. But there's more than that. It's even more epic. They're hanging on for dear life with their left hand, and they can just hold on as the train ignites and goes faster. Have you seen... Okay, I can't do this. I think a vast majority of people can't go to the rock wall and, you know, maybe go like 15 feet up and then just hang on their either hand. I'll give you dominant or non-dominant hand. I don't think most people could hang on for a very long time, much less when they're getting propelled by a 40, 50 mile an hour train. But, you know, they can swing back and forth. Oh my gosh. This whole scene is just a bunch of Hollywood stuff that needs to end. How stupid do they think we are? My goodness. Once the Tusken, you know, kind of gets a hold of her grip, she jumps in the train. And what do you know? The people in the train, they are gentlemen and gentlewomen. They're gentle people. And they're people of honor. They decide to only fight her one at a time. How convenient is that? I mean, I hope when someone comes to try to kill me and steal my possessions and all that, then I'm just like, you want to know what? I have a friend right here, but first take me on first. And then, you know, you can take him on. I want to make it easy on you who's trying to steal my livelihood. You know, just go ahead. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, it looks like there's plenty of room in the train that they could just move around, you know, I think there's 3, they showed 3 people in there. 3 on 1. I guess these people have, like, our Man of Steel strength, so I guess it wouldn't have worked. But, you know, hey, that's just me. One thing we've seen throughout this whole season so far, and granted it's only 2 episodes, but like, 2 episodes, but, you know, the whole Tusken thing, they have a lot of unnecessary spins. That, I mean, I guess they kind of look cool, but once you realize that if your opponent had any, like, sword or, you know, hand-to-hand or, you know, fighting IQ, they would take advantage of those spins and just kill you right then and there. If you want to see more about that, Shadiversary is a very big proponent of getting rid of stupid spins. And, you know, there are some times where you want to use a spin, that it could be actually fruitful and useful, but these aren't it, Chief, you know. You gotta look elsewhere. Here's a small thing. Obviously, I wish, you know, the Book of Boba Fett was rated R. Like, they could do so many cool things, but Disney is Disney, and they don't want mature, I don't want to say themes, because there are some pretty dark themes. They just don't want to, you know, deal with the whole having a rated R TV show or TV-17. But when the Tusken Raider is just launched back from the jet, the engine right on top of the train, this flames launch back and just like launches him back, he should have freaking caught on fire and been like disintegrating. And also, during that same scene, when the train lurches forward, if this was D&D, I'd make all my players make a deck save, because they have to find their balance. And I think the only reason Boba Fett falls to the ground is because he's trying to dodge the Tusken Raider that was launched at him from the flame. But, you know, science. And then lastly is this droid. Like, I thought it was kind of nice, you know, having a train droid drive around, you know, it's kind of cute. But, so, picture this. You're a programmer. You make androids. You make AI. You're making this AI to freaking drive a train that is presumably has some very desirable items. We'll say desirable items. Are you going to program so when someone breaks into the freaking the cab, that it's just going to run away? Like, no, you're going to want your droid to fight for that cargo and stay with the ship. You know, the captain goes down with the ship. And I guess that's an old thing, but you know, who there's like, all right, we're going to program fear into the AI, and who in their management team is like, that's okay, you know, hey. It's better save the droid's life than let it go down with the ship, even though it's artificial intelligence. That droid should have fought Boba, but hey, I get it. And also in that scene, I guess it wasn't the last thing, Boba can't get the lever down to stop the train, and you see him throw his gaffy stick into there, and try to pull it down that way. Well, if you were taking a basic physics class, you could have known to use torque and, you know, hooked it in and then tried pulling it down. I guess maybe the angle would have been weird, but that it would have taken less force. But hey, physics is hard, and you know, I guess Hollywood doesn't expect us to even know basic physics and things like that. But anyways, this is my first time I've done a video like this. If you think there are any more videos, well, there are plenty of movies that have like, I guess, physics sins in them. Be sure to comment them if you want to see more about this and more of my rantings, just how stupid Hollywood thinks we are and how stupid I think they are and the writers are. I mean, come on. There's 4 speeder bikes and they somehow got a 5th one. Anyways, be sure to comment. This is the first type of video I'm doing about this, so hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace out.